Oh, have I got sound on yet? Don't want to do that. We don't want the sound on. Happy New Year to everyone and willkommen und eine willkommen, yeah? So how are we all doing? I hope you're all safe and well. This is just a bit of a live chat. Don't adjust your sets. Yes, I have put the aircraft sound on. Hey up, Bex, Happy New Year to you as well. I hope it's a cracker for you. Let me just select that always on top. I hope anyway. Just so I can keep. Hey up, Jazz, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hope you and Nan are safe and well. Say Happy New Year to Nan for me. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I just thought I'd do a bit of a nothing stream, really, just live chatting with you all. Don't know how long the voice is going to hold up for, but hey ho, we will do our best. So, how are you all doing? I hope the new year's a cracker for you. I hope you all get absolutely everything you wanted. I'm just going to redo my Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic while I think about it. Opening new window. Yeah, we can afford another window, I think. Could do with some music going in the background, some Atom music. Oh, lol, lol, lol. No, but it's what it is. I don't expect too many people to turn up today. But look, it's what it is. So I've been having a fantastic time. Unfortunately, the secondary gaming PC with Linux Lite on has decided it's going to throw a WAP and have an audio issue. And the audio issue is hardware. So, unfortunately, I've had to switch back to my main PC. Oh, really? Didn't want to do that. There we go. Which is, of course, Linux Mint. And I'm just going to set my beloved KOTOR up. It might take a while, but I thought I'd chat with you lot if anybody turns up. I've not chatted with anybody for quite a while. Can I just get a sound check, by the way? Is the sound all okay? Can you hear my voice and everything? And, all that malarkey. Hopefully you can. Perfect. Thank you, Beck. So, yeah, I'm just doing a bit of setting up on the old Linux Mint. I've had a fantastic time. Thank you, Jazz. Because the games I really do want to play, with the exception of the online games, are all highly moddable. So what that means is that I can have great fun modding the actual games as much as playing them. So this one is quite a big job. It's around about 10 gigabytes of files by the time you're done, but so worth it. Cinematography or Kashyyyk, love that. And then once it's done, I'll run KOTOR and see what it runs and looks like. And it should be very retro and very nice. Koroban. So all I'm doing here is upgrading the in-game textures to something a little more gorgeous. Hey up, Johnny. Happy New Year to you. Hey up, CFW. Happy New Year to you. Lovely to see you all. Hey up, Eljo. Happy New Year to you, girl. Hope you're safe and well. And then I'll reveal to you when I've done all this malarkey what I'm actually gonna play in terms of my games that I want to play for 2025. As usual, I've not yet decided, but I might replace all my gaming stuff with just doing live streams and chatting, because I think it's probably nicer for you lot to just be able to chat. My only downside is whether my voice will hold up or not. Sometimes my voice is good, sometimes it's an utter dickhead. But hey ho, it's what it is. So if you'll all just put up with me, I'd be very grateful. But I think people probably enjoy the chatting more than the gaming. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But the problem that I have is I'm just enjoying so many of the games. It's difficult to stay focused on one game. The other thing I've started doing is leaning towards older games. Hey up, Dobby. Hey, Happy New Year to you, young sir. Lovely to see you. Because I think the older games are not only much better written and produced, but I think they offer a lot more possibilities for enjoyment and entertainment. Whereas, modern AAA titles, I'm finding them really dull and boring, and they keep my attention span about the same as a gnat. We've been putting up with you for years. I know you have, Eljo, and you have my sincere thanks for doing so. And I'm very grateful. I love you all, you know that. So what have you been up to, LJ? In fact, what have you all been up to? What's your latest pleasure? Are you all still on the dreaded Windblws? Are you on the Linux? What are you on? We like theme both EB chat and gaming videos are both. Oh, thank you, Johnny. That's very kind. Well, you're all too kind to me, but then again, you always have been. Okay, so we're nearly done, and then we'll give our KOTOR a run out on the Linux Mint. Pretty much vanilla with only upgraded visuals. I was going to do a few shenanigans with it, but decided to leave it pretty much vanilla. Okay, so I think we're about done there. Okay, so in terms of what games am I really, really loving and really into, you've been playing Path of Exile too, Eljo. Awesome. Same like both. Thank you, Bex. Like Johnny said, enjoy them both. Well, you must all be long suffering. You really must. Hey up, Robbie. Happy New Year to you. So, I don't know if you can see on the screen, my game roster currently is at SWTOR, KOTOR, Fallout New Vegas, Skyrim. I'm really enjoying an into Frontline as a pathway to getting into things like Hearts of Iron 4 and Europa Universalis. I still log into World of Tanks and World of Warships. Star Trek Online has really piqued me interest because it's almost identical to SWTOR in that it's free to play. It's got great story to it. It's an MMORPG. It just depends on whether you like the whole Star Trek thing. I like it, but I'm not a big Trekkie. Whereas with Star Wars, I'm a big fan. And of course, my beloved Euro Truck Simulator. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be playing. I have bought a whole raft of new games. some AAA titles, some latest and greatest, and they're just not cutting it for me. The only two games that are missing from this list, which I might add, are of course the Mighty Atom, because I think as a modern form of Fallout, it's amazing. And of course the other one that I really like, which is a much older game, and I've bought some new farm simulators. So I bought Farmer's Dynasty, and I bought the full Frontline collection because I'm really into those. And I've started buying a lot of the older games like Hitman and all the rest of it, Mountain Blade, Man of War. I love all those. Panzer Corps I even went for, which, can you believe, is such an old game, but we've got it to run just fine. It's real RTCW, Real Return to Castle Wolfenstein. So those would be the only two games that are missing from this roster. I love Atom. Again, I love the fact that you have a lot of community mods available for it. I love anything with community mods. Hey up, Michael. Happy New Year to you and Craig. Much, much love. You know what I'm up to, as you see me every day, but I'm loving getting back into SWOTA with your help. Yeah, absolutely, Bex. It's a great game. Hope you're safe and well, Michael and Craig. Much love to you both. Hope you had a lovely Christmas, and I hope you have a fabulous, safe, happy and healthy New Year. You're still on Windows since I am a pro gamer. Oh, oh, Eljo, you're getting more like me every day. Just saying. Still taking care of EB. Yeah, I'd be lost without her, CFW. She puts up with me on my shit on a daily basis. I think it's fantastic in that we've both had strokes, so we just get each other. We just get it. There's no need to sit there and explain everything, or, you know. But she's such a lovely, forgiving person, so I can be a dick, and she just forgives and moves on. There's no drama, no big deal, and she makes such a difference to your everyday life, because it's so nice to have somebody to share, your stroke fears and everything else with, that just gets it. Not having to explain it is so nice. So yes, she is a little diamond, bless her. And she's also getting back into SWOTOR. I'd love to get back on the Discord, but again, with being on Linux, there's no game audio. So, yeah, excuse me, and I'm fed up of coughing. I've picked a head cold up, which I've had for about 2 weeks now. Excuse me, and it's left me with this silly, tickly cough. Does your head in. Awesome that you have each other. Yeah, absolutely, Eljo. But I also like to think I've got you lot as well. Although it's a bit of a bum deal for you lot because you've got me. But, it's nice to have my community and give a bit back. So, excuse me. This is half the reason I don't live stream or stop doing live streams. Let's load up KOTOR. And see if it runs and plays beautifully. The only two I can't really mod is the Star Trek Online and the SWOTA Online. But anyway, I'll let you watch a bit of this and see what you think. This is all being made and played on the Linux Mint, and I'm absolutely delighted with it for such an old game. And as I say, she's beautiful in that you can mod the pants out of it, as I've done here.
Jedi. Sith. To them, it's all the same. You're new, right? No previous service. No real record outside a few smuggling charges. I'm not. Who are you again? Trask Ogo. Ensign with the Republic fleet.
They are gone. Hello. They must have slipped by on patrols.
Sir, the spire is falling apart. We need to leave.
Not yet. Not while anyone else is left on board.
And there you go. So we're now into Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Just let me put the chat back on the screen. I'm sure it did put always on top. Always on top. Yeah, that's perfect. So this is why I love the older games, because you can make them uniquely yours. So although you got the same game as everybody else, Vex Topware, yeah, I've tried all that, Michael. It's rubbish. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've tried Pipewire, I've tried everything. He's modest, he said, oh bless you, Bexy, I'm not. I'm just ordinary babes, but thank you. But yeah, so Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This is my offline franchise of SWOTA. So there's 2 games in this series, and there is a remaster rumoured to be being made. But both this one and number 2, according to the internet, are 2 of the finest games ever made. I've kind of gone for a retro look and feel, in that I've left it 4x3 rather than stretching it to 1280 720. And with it being vanilla, you get all the standard stuff available in it, and I just love it. I love it to bits. Now, yeah, the graphics are very old and dated, but with all the mods that you can slap in there, you can update the visuals and you can make it look gorgeous. And having played, like, you know, the sort of the first levels of it, I can see totally where SWOTA came from. And I'm absolutely loving Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So if you like your MMORPGs but are sick and tired of having to go online, i.e. SWOTA, because don't forget, Broadsword are currently maintaining SWOTA, and they could take the SWOTA servers down at any time. There's nothing you can do about it. Doesn't matter how much money you have or have not spent on the game. Doesn't matter how many thousands of hours you've put in. It could be here today, gone tomorrow, and that's the end of it. With KOTOR, well, you've got it safe, and you've got it for life. So the other old favourite that I've loaded up that I want to do a full playthrough and enjoy is Fallout New Vegas. Now, I did consider the original Fallout, but I think the graphics are so difficult to get big enough to make it interesting to watch. And that's why I think Atom is a much better choice if you want to go ahead and stream it. Now, again, all I've added to this game is NMC's texture pack. There you go. So if I do continue, I can't remember if it allowed me to save it. Now, NMC's texture pack does everything from those billboards to the road textures, and it's like an all-in-one mod. It's very easy to install, and it's very compatible on the Linux. It may slow your loading down a little bit, a tiny bit, but it shouldn't slow it down too much. And again, this is one of those games where, you know, I mean, I've discovered, I mean, it's taken me long enough, do forgive me, I do love the whole exploring thing. Just meandering around. So even though I've got quests and I know I should go here, go there, do this, do that. The other thing is I'm running a bit of a by modern stuff. That looks gorgeous, by the way. A bit of a potato of a PC. So to run older games on it at their max resolution with max entropy and everything else, and to enjoy both exploring and the storytelling, for me, is just fantastic. Now, the other game that I've installed and never really played through, and I know Eljo has, but I've not, especially with the online version, is Skyrim. So I've installed Skyrim. I've not done any mods on Skyrim yet, but I will do in terms of texture upgrades, etc. But again, I'm very much excited to run through both these games. I nearly went for Fallout 4, and then I thought, do you know what? New Vegas is such an awesome game with such a depth of storytelling and questing and exploration. And I know Fallout 4 is newer. We could have gone online with Fallout 76, but I specifically want to keep these games offline. So they're mine. That, you know, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow morning and they're gone. They've suddenly been taken down because they're not viable, etc. And I think even in its vanilla state, these games look absolutely beautiful. They really do. They look gorgeous. So why not enjoy the pants out of them? Why go for looking what you've already got? Just saying. Be right back.
Looks like we're the only ones who made it. Was that really a drag? To bring us to the end times? We should keep moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off. Let's cut you loose. Come on, you need your hands free.
And there you go, I'm back. So, I mean, even without any texture mods or texture packs, I think these games look absolutely gorgeous. And again, with them being so story driven and so quest oriented, and I'm guessing especially with Skyrim, there's so much to explore and enjoy, and you know, it doesn't take you too long to get back into it. I'm just saying, you soon remember what all the buttons are and what they do, and I was hoping that was something I could pick up. We'll have the gold, free gold. Mixed unit tactics. We can read that or not. I don't know what that is there. So I can take the wooden bowl. That's obviously nothing. I thought that was a piece of armour. Warden's chest, yeah. We'll have the light armour. We'll have the sword. We'll have the boots. We'll have the key. Beautiful. Items. Weapons. We want to equip that. Apparel. Light armour. Light boots. Light helmet. And I think we should look a bit of a chubby Alonzo. Yeah, That should do us.
What a few swings do.
Press R to ready your weapon. Oh, nice. And this is what we look like. Your stamina is low. Press tab to exit. So one swing of the sword is enough to wear us out. Just saying. Our stamina is regenning now, so that's good. And I just think these games are such value for money. They just never get old. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Those are the main games that I'm absolutely loving at the minute. I can't remember how you quit out of this, by the way. I haven't got a clue. Save, load, settings, controls. Display. Dialogue, subtitles. I don't know if that's on or off. I don't know. I don't even know how to get out of it. But I have to say, I do love these sorts of games. Enter toggle active. Okay, so it's not going to be something like X, is it? I don't even know how to get out the goddamn game. What a chab. There we go. Quit. To desktop. Yes, please. There you go, Ebeez. All you had to do was scroll down, you chab. You see, this is what I'm saying. Once a chab, always a chab. Hey up, Logan. Happy New Year to you all. Thank you, Bex. So, that's the main 4 games that I'm playing and enjoying and modding the pants out of when I get time. And I am loving the whole vibrancy of the mod community. Now, one of the games that has really caught my eye, which I think is older than SWTOR, is Star Trek Online. Now, I don't know if this is going to stream or whether it has an issue with OBS or Linux. You'll have to let me know. Because I won't be able to see. I'll just be... Oh, actually, I could put the chat on there and it should stay on top. So here's Star Trek Online, and it's a free-to-play MMORPG. Runs beautifully on the Linux. Engage number 1. Yes, Captain. So we'll let it engage. We'll let it load up. Hopefully, you'll have to tell me in the chat if this is not streaming or it's naff or anything else. Hey up, Craig. Happy New Year. You were sound asleep till Ebeez woke you up. Well, I'm sorry about that, Craig. But, you know, we all have to wake up, just saying. No, Linux Mint for life, Jazz. I'm done with the whole distro hop thing, and it's of no interest to me anymore. I've spent years doing it and championing and all the rest of it. And at the end of the day, you can only use one, you only need one, so just pick one and stay on it. Okay, so I need to select my chappy, beam up. I'm really enjoying this game. So a load of Pollux. So here's my little ship, of which I am the captain of. Boom. And I'm really enjoying this. So if any of you have never played this before, do go and check it out, even if you're, like me, not particularly a Trekkie. But it's wonderfully voice acted, and it's by all the original characters as well. So you've got Captain Catherine Janeway, Mr. Spock, and all the rest of it in there. And Shift and R, I think. Oh, I really didn't want to do that.
Systems are offline, Captain, including communications. I am reading numerous life signs on board.
Something's not right.
Janeway? I know she looks very old, but she is old.
Captain, I want you to...
Sensors are having difficulty getting clear.
So, we've got to go forth and scan.
You can set your ship's power levels to have a focus on attack, defense, or balance.
I think we shot by it a bit too much, just saying. You can set your ship's power levels to have focus on attack and defense, thank you. It is very, very useful and helpful. Full impulse, or we can warp it up a bit. As we need to scan these clouds. I'm sure it's these clouds over here. Oh, no it's not. It's over out. The game does a really good job. Even if you're like me, clueless, feckless, and absolutely fecking useless. It does a really good job of holding your hands. And it's like anything, it's just getting used to the new game and the controls and everything else. But again, if you haven't checked it out and you think it might appeal to you, it's 100% free to play. It's pretty much an identical free-to-play model as SWTOR. So everything is available free, but if you're going to play it free like me, then you need to invest a resource in the game, and you either A, get the credit card out and use that resource, or you put time into it.
Reports indicate traces
So
of
your
gamma
choice.
radiation, but there's something off in the readings.
Your choice, and you can either use your credit card or you can do as I do and put a bit of time into it, and you'll get everything for free. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you all because I think it's a great free MMORPG along the lines of SWTOR, and you might just enjoy it. I actually need to speed up a bit here, otherwise we're never going to get there. Oh no, we can scan point beta. Lovely.
This is Janeway. We're detecting some unusual gamma radiation levels near your position. We're having trouble getting a clear scan. I don't like the look of it. Try recalibrating your multispatial sensor array. That should provide a better reading. Let me know what you find out there. That level of radiation could hide a lot of things, including the Borg.
Understood, Admirale. So there's the third point we've got to go to. So let's chub it along. Full impulse. Lovely.
The multispatial sensor array has been recalibrated, Captain.
Good, well we can scan.
Picking up a transwarp signature. It's right
Oh
on
my
top of
god,
us,
it's
the
a Borg. So you've got all your space combat, and you've also got interesting takes on it as well, in that, you know, you've got to keep your shields up. You've got your photon torpedoes that you can fire as well. You can also auto fire. You see, I'm not doing that much damage on the probe yet, and we've got to keep our eye on our shields because we need to reroute power to the various different shields. As the photons away, they should do some damage. Yeah, they did some damage. So, and also you can steer your ship and choose what shields get hammered and what shields to redirect power to. Wow, that did some serious damage. So you can see me forward shields Wow.
Full impulse to reach us quickly.
Activate full impulse by clicking on the arrow. Deactivate full impulse.
Yes. Full impulse disabled in combat. We're not in combat, you chab. So we need to go to the aid of these chabos. Shields are fully restored. So this is what I've been doing on my computer and just absolutely loving the pants out of it. That's one wrecked. We are the Borg.
This is the emergency medical hologram aboard the USS Kittimer. I am requesting assistance from any Federation vessel in range. I've lost contact with the bridge. I am unable to contact Commander Davis for new instructions.
Hey up, Roddick, you just want a good Stargate game. I'm sure it's out there, you just got to discover it.
They seem disconnected somehow. They're strange, but still, I am an emergency medical hologram, not...
The Borg did some serious
And you can fast forward through it as well. Anyway, I'm going to exit the game now because I think you've seen enough, you get the idea. So, the other thing that I've been modding the pants out of is Real Return to Castle Wolfenstein. And I've added so many new chapters and games to it. I'm absolutely loving it. And again, these games, all of these older games are just such value for money because they keep on giving because they've got such a vibrant modding community. And I do quite enjoy Return to Castle Wolfenstein, even though I am a pile of absolute wet dog crap at it. You know, I do suck. But I love the fact that you can get so much extra mileage out of a base game rather than buying a base game and then having to spend an absolute bloody fortune on DLC. I'm going to skip. So if we go to add-ons, I mean, these are all the different chapters that I've added to the base game along with enhancements, and it's just fantastic, as I say, fantastic value for money. So if you've not checked Return to Castle Wolfenstein, I'll just load it up with the remastered textures, because it is perfectly playable and enjoyable in 2025. Just fabulous. And you can choose your chapters, and you know, it's just fabulous. Options, you can just set everything even on My Potato to max, absolute max, and you can just choose what you want, and it's just amazing. So far we've covered the 2 Star Wars, we've covered New Vegas and Skyrim, we've covered Return to Castle Wolfenstein and Star Trek. Atom, of course, I absolutely love to bits, and again, by using the community's mods that's available, you can make it absolutely your game. One of the most amazing mods for this game is the first person perspective. So like Fallout 1, 2 and Tactics, it's a third person RPG type setup, but using the first person mod, you can actually change it. So let's continue the game, and it is a gorgeous game, absolutely gorgeous. And for me, it's like a next generation Fallout. So this is the standard view of the game, and you can zoom in and all the rest of it, which is fine if you like this type of top down. But if you add a mod and press your caps lock, you can go full first person shooter, which is just amazing because it gives you a totally different perspective of the world. So this is your normal view, your top down, and you can zoom in, zoom out, all the rest of it, point and click, or you can activate your third person camera and it becomes very Fallouty / Skyrim-y. And it's great to let you explore the insides of all the architecture and what's going on and doing your questing. And as I say, it gives you a totally different perspective on the world as opposed to the top-down view, which is your normal view, which is fine. And with it being a modern game, you know, I mean, look, it's absolutely terrific. But if you do want to change into third person, then this game gives you that benefit, if you like. So anyway, there you go. So that's why I've chose Atom over the Fallouts, even though the story in Fallout might be better. Again, with Atom, there's so many possible options that you can choose from to make the game uniquely yours. And these are all running beautifully on Linux Mint. Nothing to do other than to install them and select Proton, and you're good to go. You're as absolutely as good as you are on the Windblws. Hey up, Blake. And you wonder why I wait for sales and massive discounts for modern games and then get Ultimate Edition much cheaper prices than pay for. Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. And I've been doing a lot of that. Now, the only exception to the rule so far has been wargaming. So rather than install this via Steam, because it will just auto log you in with your Steam account, I wanted to be able to access my main account, which I'd spent quite a bit of money on over the years and put a lot of effort into. So I actually did a manual install of this under Wine as opposed to Steam and Proton. And you know what? She's running fantastic under Wine, just base Wine. Now, you know, I did add a couple of tweaks here and there and a couple of bits and pieces. But as I say, to me, that's one of the powers of opting for something like Linux Mint, because everything is simplified. It's ideal for a Windows user coming over to it, because you don't need to watch hours worth of in-depth tutorials or, you know, expand your Linux skill set. And the other beauty of Mint is you don't even need to touch the terminal. You can just GUI it forever. And she's absolutely brilliant. Now, as I say, this is running on a much older PC. So it's a Ryzen 5 1600AF with 16 gig of RAM and 3 SSDs in it, and an AMD RX 580. My other gaming machine has got 24 gigs of DDR4 Ram in it, an NVIDIA RTX 3050 and an NVMe 1TB SSD. But I'm kind of going to keep that on a back burner, and I will put Linux Mint on it, and it will probably end up in somebody else's hands. But both machines, by and large, are either. Both have got Ryzen 5 1600AFs in, and in 2025, for the stuff that I want to do, they are more than enough. There's no reason for me to go and upgrade to a Ryzen 5700 series or, you know, whatever. I just don't need it, because the 1600AF is 6-core 12 thread. It's plenty for what I need. So here's our World of Tanks running purely in Wine. That's my free tier 9 one, and it just runs fantastic, and it's indistinguishable from the Windblws. And I'm just so delighted with that's still here. I thought that had be gone. You can see that I'm not a regular login of World of Tanks, unfortunately. But I did log in and uncover some of the squares. But again, it's just having time, isn't it? New 3D customizations. So we must have got given some of these. We've got 3D attachments. So we can put them on wherever we like. And that gives us all the malarkey at the back. We could, I think we've only got one yet. We've only got one, so we could put the crates on the back or on the side. 3D styles is something that's fairly recent that World of Tanks have put into the game. And again, we've got all these decals actually in the store available to us. You can see the quantity of them that we've got, including the TOG. Wow. The ones that you have got gold on, well, you've got to buy. And we've also got a shit ton of emblems in. Oh, we've got our 11-year emblem. Sure, we've been at it for 12 years. All these are available in my garage to put onto my tanks if I want to. But now and again, I like to log in and see what shitfest is kicking off in World of Tanks. And running in wine, it runs absolutely fine. So this is my little tier 4 Shermie. Excuse me, with the dirt. And this is my tier 5 Excelsior. I do like to play my premiums when I can because it earns me the most resources. Excuse me, I do apologise. So yeah, so that's the only exception to the rule, the wargaming. And then last but not least, let me just check the chat in case I've missed anything. It's not a Windows issue, it's an Ava Media issue. Well, fair enough. I want Linux so badly, too bad. Ava Media is very anal on anything outside of Windows and Windows emulation. Last time I checked, won't work with Ava Media. What is Ava Media? Is it a video editor? I guess you use Puppet Linux when starting the account, EB. Yeah, it's that old. That account has got to be 12 years old. So it would be 12 years ago I created that account. Tank noob, yeah, absolutely. Not so much of a noob, but I'm not prepared. I'm up to tier 8 on that account. I'm not prepared to invest the time to go to tier 9. Hey up, Wales. Happy New Year to you. I hope you're safe and well. Lovely to see you. And last but not least, of course, is my beloved Euro Truck Simulator 2 and, of course, my beloved American Truck. But with my Euro Truck Simulator 2, again, I'm a bit pissed off with SCS that all the DLC isn't back compatible, which I believe it should be. If you pay money for something, you should have access to it, no matter what version of the game you're running. But that's a personal thing. I think I've got Euro Truck back on 136. I can't remember which one now. And I think I've got American Truck on 137. Yeah, this is the one with Pro Mods. So EB 2025 is my current one that I'm playing. Now, of course, I don't have, because it's an older version, it's 136. I don't have access to the trucking online, etc. But I do have Pro Mods 245. I think I only install Pro Mods. I don't think I even put Rust Map in this build. I might be wrong. I'll have a look in a minute. But again, this just runs so beautifully well on this PC that if I upgrade to the latest version, it's like the latest version is saying, I'm sorry mate, your PC ain't cutting it. It's torrid, it really is. So I'm happy to stay on 136, and I've got access to full Pro mods, and I've got access to all Creechbum's gorgeous sounds. So what did I think I only installed Pro mods. I don't even think I've got ROX in here. I'm sure I haven't. Thessalonica, you see, I've not got all the grease, I've got all the DLC current and up to date, but because I choose to use an older version, I don't have access. There's no ROX in here, there's no Rust map, it must just be Pro mods. But the upside of that is that, you know, you get a wonderful driving experience and you get Creechbum's creamy sounds. I mean, does that sound realistic or what? Yes, I'm driving the Renault Premium. Why? Well, because I'm a pedantic old twat, and I love being different to everybody else, and I quite like driving the most hated truck in Euro Truck Simulator 2. I don't know if I put Beck in actually. Yeah, I did. So we've got Beck in. We've still got all the Christmas decks up, so I'm going to have to swap that around to Easter. It's a small build, but one that is nevertheless very, very satisfying indeed. And not only am I enjoying it, I'm absolutely loving it. I don't know if we've got any traders. I think I've only bought one. I have gone for the full Kalina livery, and I've given it all chrome wheels this time for a change, as opposed to coloured wheels. So chrome on the truck, chrome on the trailer. There you go. I mean, if that's not stunningly beautiful, I don't know what is. And I'm not having to use £5 worth of PC to run it. All made and played on the beautiful Linux Mint. I mean, it just sounds so amazing and runs so gorgeous, it's ridiculous. In terms of settings, well, it really does allow me to, I've got it on 300%, it really does allow me to bump everything up to high or ultra, apart from the reflections because I don't like them, and apart from the hand strippy, which quite frankly I don't need. I think I've got 1 times hand strippy. It might even, that might be 2 times. We can put it on 2 times hand strippy, and it allows us access to things like traffic mods, etc., that enjoy the game without, you know, mega glitches and mega shenanigans going on. And as I say, even back on 136, you can still have all the beautiful Kalina liveries and Eddie Stobart and make it look as immersive as you want. So that's my final game. Now, it doesn't even scratch the surface of installed games that I have on here, and that's just via Steam. So these are all the games that I currently have installed on my Linux Mint, and it's huge. The library is massive. If you then look at all the games that I own that are favoured that I don't have installed, I couldn't, you know, I'd have to buy a couple of petabytes of SSDs to install all this lot, and I'd never be able to play it in a million years. So why I'm still buying games, I have no idea, because I don't have enough Earth years left to play them all. But as I say, there is some latest and greatest AAA titles. I tend to install them, play them, and uninstall them because I just get goddamn bored. They just don't grab my attention like some of the older games do, unfortunately. I mean, Once Human is a terrific game that runs really, really well on this rig. It's not brand new AAA anymore, I guess, because it's been out for a little while now. But again, I loved that game for about 5 or 10 minutes and then got bored out of my school with it. And I think that you end up where you're always looking for the next holy grail. And I think when you've already got, a wonderful collection of games, Stalker, the original Stalkers are fantastic games, and they're so moddable, and you can install texture upgrades and all the rest of it. And yet everybody goes out and buys Stalker 2, which is basically a remake of the original Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl. And if you want to save yourself a whole load of money, but still have a butt ton of fun, just play the original. I've got a massive Star Wars library. I've got the Fallen Order. The only one I've got to get is the Jedi Survivor. But again, with Jedi Survivor, everybody's verbally arse raping it and saying how shit it is. So I've kind of held off of buying it. I have invested heavily in the Total War series. So I've got Empire, I've got Medieval 2, we've got Napoleon, we've got the Shogun 2. But again, it's having the time to get into those games. I mean, I went for Unity of Command as well because that was on sale. But I'm enjoying Frontline so much. War Selection, another great type of title in that genre, along with War Game. So I bought both the War Game games, which are, again, fantastic to play and immerse yourself and enjoy, but an absolute crock of shit to stream because it's boring. To watch somebody playing these types of games is, in my opinion, just boring. I've got the whole XCOM franchise, and I think I did buy the XCOM 2 DLC, if I remember. Yeah, so I bought the DLC because it was on sale at Christmas, and that DLC will allow me to download the Star Wars conversion for XCOM 2, which obviously when I get time and get round to it, I will do. But again, I don't know how you guys and girls feel, but I always end up going back to my old favourites because they give me so much pleasure. Hey up Nabist, Happy New Year to you and your family, lovely to see you. Hey up JP, lovely to see you. Yeah, absolutely agree with you, Blake. Couldn't agree more. On Heroic, get over 1,000 games and Steam 2 and Xbox over 200 meg. Yeah, but the thing is, Dobby, right, you could have 10 million games, but if the games don't keep you interested, game hopping is almost as bad as distro hopping at the end of the day, because you end up doing a bit of this, bit of that, and never fully immersing yourself in the genre. Now, the last game that I want to show you all that I can highly recommend, I really love like Hearts of Iron 4 and Europa Universalis 4, but they are such in-depth games to get into. Again, great fun to play, shit to stream. So I went for Frontline, which again, there's a whole series of these in different theatres at different points of the Second World War. And these run beautiful. These are turn-based, hex turn-based type games. And the campaigns are huge. I've just literally unlocked Moscow. Moscow. So here's what you've got to do. You've got to liberate those 2 cities and destroy all enemy fuel depots. Now this sort of game, I get, isn't for everybody. I get it. But dang, it's good. And I'm really enjoying it. But if I did a live stream of this, I'm sure everybody would be asleep in under 5 minutes. Because hot diddly, you know, it's great to play. And shit to watch. So, oh, we've got rockets. Let's move them up with the artillery. Ooh, and the artillery we can tank and spank. But, as I say, it's a great game to play. But I think it would be pretty shit to stream and watch, because it's strategy. It's all about, you know, can I make these units take these and blah blah blah. And whilst I enjoy it, as I say, it's pretty shit, I have to say, to watch as a stream event. Now you do have additional units that you can buy, and you can bring in airstrikes, etc. You know, but I think the thing is for me, as a way into strategic turn-based role-playing games, I think it's an ideal entry, because something like Europa Universalis 4 or Hearts of Iron 4, whilst I absolutely love these games, they are so complex and so in depth. You can't just jump into them. To make sure everything's disabled. Yeah, you can't just jump into them and start playing them, because you have no clue what you're doing. I mean, they're beautifully graphically rich, and you've got everything from politics to religion to tactics, and it's all in there for you. But again, fantastic to play, shit to watch as a live stream. So fucking boring, because all you're looking at is somebody moving sprites around a map. Now, if that's your pleasure, my little treasure, good luck to you. So if we do a new game, we start off in 1936. It's interesting that they've blacked out Adolf Hitler's photo, but hey ho. So if I choose Chadmo and select that country, and you can select here what custom game rules you want settings, click start. Fantastic game, I love it to bits, but so in depth, and you know, you can't just jump into there's so much going on, politics wise, tactics wise, you know, controlling your people, selecting your natural focus, or national focus rather. I mean, there's just so much going on. Manufacturing all your stuff, you know, increasing your production, manufacturing the right stuff, developing your tech trees, and it just literally goes on and on forever. So we could assign an overall commander. Auchinleck, we can have Auchinleck. We'll have Auchinleck. We'll promote Auchinleck as the #1 guy, and we can create new army groups, new divisions, etc. And we can have a go at taking over the world and all the rest of it. Again, there's also some really cool mods, so it can be you versus the zombie horde, which really interests me, and is a great free addition. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing on the gaming front. On the Linux front, well, I haven't really needed to do anything because, as I say, my Linux Mint is just a little gem. She's gorgeous. And again, it's like the Zork. I bought the complete Zork series. Great to play, shit to stream, because all you're watching is a freaking load of text. I think I installed Zork. You know, you can normally just run these in a terminal because they are all text based. But I bought, I think, all of them as a bundle that was on sale for a couple of quid on Steam, so you can launch your original Zork and it'll run it in DOSBox, and away you go. I know, if I remember right, I think Jeff Low Spec Linux Gaming, he loves all of these type of games. But again, I mean, in terms of not distro hopping, not only do I not want to, I don't feel the need to. I don't know if it will, if I can grab it back. Yeah. I don't feel the need to because Linux Mint, oh, that's a shit. Linux Mint is providing me with literally everything I need and could want. It really is. It's just amazing for that. So I'm going to delete those because I can run them from the menu anyway. So that's what I've been doing, guys and girls. What about you? What have you been doing? You find your potato PCs are okay up to 145 on the truck sims. That's interesting, Nabis. Thanks for that. I miss when Epic Games carrying about Unreal Tournament. And funny thing, Tournament is one of the only Epic Games which works on Linux. Lol. I think you'll find most things work on Linux, Blake. Plus, it also depends on whether or not you can think outside of the box and whether or not you can use the tools that are available to you. I figured you would be playing Fallout New London. No, absolutely not. I did think about it, Michael, but I've been following an English guy's playthrough of it. And it looks amazing. But again, it's built and based off of Fallout 4, not 3 or New Vegas. I think this game is off-stream game. Yeah, absolutely, JP, because you'd be bored out your skull watching that. Hey up, Cider. Happy New Year to you and Mrs. Cider. What have I been doing? Guild Wars 2. Well, that's awesome, Cider. That's your pleasure in your measure. That's fantastic. And long may you Guild Wars 2. Long may you do it, buddy. So that's what I'm up to. A lot of SWOTA, a lot of COTA. I've got plans for New Vegas and Skyrim. And then I do a bit of these down here when it takes me fancy. But mainly SWOTA and COTA at the minute. Because I just love them to bits. In terms of the Linux, well, I've been on Linux Mint now for quite a while. I forget how long. But again, I have no rhyme or reason or need to change it. I just don't. It just works day in, day out. So if it works day in, day out, what the hell? Why on earth would you want to change it for another Linux distro or, you know, upgrade it, downgrade it to something else? Why would you want to do that? I just don't get it. And I know I've been one of the biggest distro hoppers in the past, but as I say, that way of existing just offers no interest to me anymore. I'm just so happy being on the Linux Mint. I would like to do a lot more on Linux Lite. I would like to champion Linux Lite a lot more. But as I say, I might think about putting Linux Lite on the other PC But as I say, I think that's going to end up in somebody else's hands. So we'll just see how it goes for now. I see, but I think Unreal Tournament is a better game than most modern shooters anyways. Yeah, fair enough, Blake. But, I mean, I'm sure Unreal Tournament is available to you. SWOTOR all day long here, Guild Wars 2 nice as well. Yeah, fair enough, Johnny. You enjoy the pants out of them. It's lovely to all see you doing your thing. But the thing is, here's the thing, right? I've lost count of the amount of times that, you know, I've installed games and operating systems. And whilst I've learnt a lot and really enjoyed it, that time could have been spent doing what I love, which is the games. So this is why I don't do it anymore. You know, I've got my computer, I've got my operating system, I've got my games. I'm very blessed, I'm very lucky. Enjoy the pants out of it. Stop faffing around. The thing is, who cares whether you're running Linux or Windows or Mac? Oh yeah, nobody. So just spend the time doing what gives you pleasure. It's your time. Once you've spent it, you'll never get that time back. So, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, fill your boots. But some of these old games are just amazing.
Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
Okay, it couldn't really be anything other than Lady Mint, could it? I did have Lady Light.
The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge.
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastille. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Okay, let's move out. Journal entry added. Let's go. So we can't open this door, but this chap can, because he has the security skill. And of course, most of these outfits are available as well in SWOTOR, so it all dovetails. Really rather nice. Yeah, there's only 2 of them there, isn't there? And I know this isn't SWOTOR, but it is offline. I don't need an internet connection to play it, and it's never going to be taken down.
I got a feeling that won't be our last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds. It might be a good idea to use one now before our next battle.
Okay. So he's given us a med pack. Not that we needed one, but anyway, we've used it. And the quest journal, quest log is up here. I know it all looks different to SWOTOR, but actually very, very similar. The difference between this and SWOTOR really is the quality of the storytelling, the writing. It's just way and above anything that's available in SWOTOR. And SWOTOR is good. I love SWOTOR to bits, don't get me wrong, but this takes it to a whole new level. And I do also love the combat system. It seems to be a real kind of hybrid halfway house, which I love. And she dispatched those with relative ease. Get items. Okay, so now we can equip up. We'll have the combat suit because it gives us a lot more in defense, and we can equip 2 swords. I don't think we have anything else available at this moment in time. No. So there you are. She now has her new suit on. It won't be too long before she gets a vibroblade and then a lightsaber. Looting is very similar to SWTOR as well. So if you're into one, it's fairly easy to get right into the other. Can't believe that Sith trooper just killed his own colleague. What a chap. So here she is, look. And let's nade it. That should take care of them three. See you later, Gator. Boom! Love it. Love it. So again, it's very much a case of doing what you love and what you enjoy. As I say, it's your time, your measure, your pleasure. But in terms of the Linux, there's really nothing more that you need, to be honest. And you know, I mean, look, you can faff and fart about with this all day and get it how you want it and all the rest of it, and just fill your boots. You know, I mean, it's just terrific. And away you go. And I do really love the whole Cinnamon vibe and interface because of this customization embodiment. You know, I mean, you can literally make it your own. And wrong one. And it's so easy to do. It's such a pleasure. And as I say, you can do it all in the GUI. There's literally no need. Let's have a look under 4K. I did bring some Skyrims down, but oh yeah, tops. Why it saved them here under 4K, I've no idea. But you can make it as nice or as simplistic as you want, and just utterly make it your own. I just love it, and you can faff and piss about with the desktop all day long until it's exactly how you want it, and you can just fill your boots with it. You really can. Oh, actually, I need to unlock that because I've locked it. And you can just literally make it forever yours. It's fabulous, and you can add whatever deslets you like. And add them in and customize them and just absolutely make it your own. And it's just a joy. And it's so easy to do. And you've not got to spend hours in, you know, command line or installing Lewis scripts or customizing stuff. You just drag, drop, set the desktop up, you're done. You can have your slideshows on there. You can have your widgets on there. Literally, absolutely put everything on there. Whatever you want. So anyway, there you go. Hey up, Coils. What do you think? What have I missed? I don't know. Hopefully I've not. OD CashieOS. CashieOS is a fine OS. They're all fine. It just depends on SWTOR all day. Yeah, SWTOR's great. I love SWTOR. Can't get enough of it. I've even started playing it as a pure free-to-play and swapping between my main account and my free-to-play account just to see what the limitations and what the differences are. Quite frankly, they're not that much. some minor annoyances between preferred free-to-play and pure free-to-play. This is a pure free-to-play account. I'm just loving the pants out of it as much as my preferred or subscribed. Subscribed is a lot easier because you get all the perks and benefits, but if you do want to play a game as a pure free-to-play player and not spend a penny on the game, then I don't think you can go wrong with either SWTOR or Star Trek. I think both are great free-to-play games, and it's just whatever floats your boat. If you wanted online versions, then you could also look at Skyrim, or you could look at Fallout 76. But how playable they are without throwing money at the games, I don't really know, to be honest. I really don't know. You know, I've got, this is on Starforge, I've got old Badger, and he's all set up, he's happy boy, he's just pootling through the world. The beauty of Star Wars The Old Republic is you can play it how you want to play it. So you can do all the damage, you can do all the healing, you can make your companion do all the damage. You know, the choice is yours. And the game doesn't force you to do any content, and it's just amazing. And you know, you can quite easily sink a couple of 1,000 hours into this game just enjoying the base content, never mind all the external content that is available to you.
Thank you for considering Hanera's dance troupe for your entertainment needs. How may I please you this day?
Nick's worried about you. He asked me to get you out of here.
Blast it. I should have known. I'm afraid you've wasted your time. I'm not here against my will.
Nick said you were brought here by the guild.
I'm sorry, I should have told Nick the truth. I was just hoping to spare his feelings. Life with him was miserable. Not only were we barely scraping by, but I was fed up. His jealousy was driving me crazy. He didn't want me talking to anyone or going out. Life here is... it's better.
You're really saying you'd rather be a dancer?
Oh my stars, yes. Hanera says she's never seen someone with as much potential as me. I can really make something of myself. Could you please tell Nick I was shipped off Coruscant? If he thinks I'm gone, he might move on.
Stay here. Your secret's safe with me.
Thank you. I appreciate your help. I hope you'll come back and see me under less formal circumstances.
Okay. And the other thing I love about SWTOR is that there is so much to discover and enjoy in the game. And I'm guessing that if you do play SWTOR, there is stuff in here that even you don't know about or are aware of. And as I say, I just love it because you can play it any which way you want. So you can send your companion in as a consular and let him have all the pain and do all the killing, and just heal him up when he's done, and he will ludge them all day long quite happily. I just noticed that, sorry. Eyes wide shut. You know, or you can go in and do all the ludging, or you can be a healer. There's plenty of group content you can do. There's tons of PvP that you can do. And it's just one of those games that just will keep on giving and giving. And you can't go wrong. You just literally can't go wrong. And as a free-to-play player, you're never under any pressure to complete any specific content. You can just potter through at your own pace, doing what you want to do. You can let your companion do all the killing. You can help him out. You can choose your play style. I mean, it's just terrific. Just never gets old. So, That, of course, is the beautiful SWTOR or Star Wars The Old Republic. I think that's pretty much everything that I want to show you and talk about. So that's what I'm up to. And there's just not enough hours in the day, believe you me, for any of these games. I just love them all. Excuse me. But you know, I mean, there are other options that you've got. So we could utilize Google Chrome and GeForce Now. And just enjoy the pants out of it and do AAA gaming, you know, if that's your pleasure. Just log yourself into your GeForce. I don't know if I've logged into this yet. I have. You want to play Stalker 2 without installing it on Linux? Well, you can do it. Indiana Jones, you can do it. You want to link your Steam and your Epic Game accounts? You can do it. The only How Let Loose is now free. The only thing about this is that you must markers owned by. You must own the games in order to play them, either via Steam or via Epic, or they must be free to play, such as War Thunder or whatever. But if you don't own the games, then you can't play them. And it's also limited to the games that are available on GeForce Now. So if your game's not there that you want to play, and the beauty of this is you can play it on the biggest potato of a PC. You don't, you know, have to have the latest graphics card or anything else. You can just utilize the NVIDIA RTX graphics cards and fill your boots. So there are plenty of options for you as a Linux gamer that you might not have thought about, you might not have considered, but hey up Vin, Happy New Year to you, lovely to see you, buddy. So, you know, just use the tools that's there for you and don't close your mind to any possible options, because you know, I mean, on Linux, the only limitation on Linux really is you. I'm not missing Windows one iota. I've been on Linux now since 2023, since I had my stroke, when I made the decision to completely dump the Windblws, and to be honest, I've never looked back. This is my Linux Mint install that I did on the gaming PC, and I have absolutely no rhyme or reason or desire or want or need to change it. It's good enough. It does the job day in, day out. Boosteroid is a good option as well as GFN. Yeah, absolutely, Vin. I mean, you just spoil, but again, it's a case of looking out for stuff. You know, and it's like the apps. There's some wonderful apps available now in Linux which are, you know, you're not forced to use. It used to be, I think it was Caden Live for video editing. But now you have wonderful programs like Shotcut, which should be instantly familiar to people, but are also pretty much cutting edge as well. So, you know, if you've not tried Shotcut, try Shotcut. It's a very capable video editor. If for whatever reason you can't get on with OpenShot or Caden Live or any of the other video editors, you know, in 2025 you have so many possibilities to help you achieve what you want to achieve, whether that's making videos for YouTube, live streaming on Twitch or Rumble, or whatever it is that floats your boat. You can pretty much do it in 2025 on Linux in a GUI. You don't need to go into the terminal with something like Linux Mint, and also the operating system is customizable and uniquely yours. You can make it yours just by point and clicking, Again, no need to be, doing scripting or going into the terminal. Everything is done with a GUI, which, a lot of people all take for granted and expect as standard. But actually, we're pretty goddamn lucky on Linux Mint. I can't even really speak for the Cinnamon. That we have all these niceties right out the box available and good to go. Right, anyway, I've chabbied on enough. I wanted to wish you all a happy new year and stay safe and well. I hope you've enjoyed the live stream. I've absolutely loved it to bits. It's lovely to touch base with you all. Stay safe and well. Much, much love. Look after yourself and do keep in touch with the live streams, and do let me know on a regular basis what you're all up to, because I am very interested. I am following and watching a lot of Jeff's streams at the minute. I like Jeff's content and I like Jeff. I've not made my mind up yet whether I'm going to continue doing gaming videos and live streams, but certainly these chat live streams, absolutely I will do, because I just love spending a bit of time with you all and sharing your experiences as well as sharing my experiences with you. So there you go, everybody. Much, much love. Have a great 2025. Thanks for joining the stream. Thank you all so much for your ongoing support. And I'll see you all in the next one. Hang on, let me just go to the actual Go Live page, because I think the end stream button's there, if I remember right. Yep, there it is. And thank you for joining, and much, much love. Take it easy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers now.